It's going to take a lot of love. Welcome to Through the Static with me, and I am Steven the Medium, and I have with me
Coach Elix.
Coach Elix is in the house, and we, of course, have our third party here, Mock.
And Steven, oh my God, you're so discombobulated.
Like you have to see me right before the show starts. I'm trying to do things, and within the last couple of seconds, I just like do a body, jump to grab the headphones to put them on so I can say happy Wednesday and thank you for tuning in to Through the Static. So I'm really excited as always to be here, but there's been a lot that has happened this week, and just quickly, I just did this on Facebook Live, that for anybody who's on Facebook, or maybe if you're not on Facebook, I did a Facebook Live Monday night, and it's when people get read, and I think I was on for like about an hour and a half, and it was great, as it always is, just great people watching, so many great validations, and then Tuesday morning, I get up and the Facebook Live has been removed for a violation of spam. It was just really disheartening. It was just sad because I know that people that I did read could go back to it and lights.
Oh, I'm supposed to know.
Yeah, we have to put the lights on so that we're a little brighter here. Hey, so everyone can see us. But in any case, I think. I'm not really sure. I shouldn't even think. I don't know what happened, but it's not going to certainly deter me to doing Facebook Lives. I mean, sometimes Facebook is just weird, and why they would remove it, I have no idea. I'm not the first. I'm sure I'm not going to be the last because I get messages like that. So in any case, it was just me venting that I was just very, very sad, and that people can't, especially people that were read, can't go back and listen or get to share it. But one of the things, switching subjects, that I put on social media about today was I asked if you were feeling more anxious or having mood swings, and does it have anything to do with COVID-19? And I said, of course it does. And this is what happens. And I think if I just share this example, and I know Elix knows about this, then I think it will make sense. So a couple of months ago during COVID, when we were barely going, anybody was going out, a very good friend of ours did via Zoom a yoga class. And it was the first time, ironically, I had ever done yoga. So Elix and I are in the living room, and we have it set up on the TV. We're doing yoga. And at the end of the yoga class, the instructor, David, said he wanted to get everybody, and I think there was probably about, 25, something around there. Everybody at the same time to sort of close their eyes and tune into energy and send energy just outward and into the world, and to send this positive energy, to help because of what was going on with COVID. So, Elix and I do it, and what was probably one of the most remarkable things I think I've experienced so far, definitely in the top 10, I could actually see the energy sort of building up. It was like a cloud from the ground building up of everybody in this class, tuning into their energy. And then I just saw the energy just start, like it went up to a certain point, and then it was like in a race car, it just sped. And the wild thing was I was in it. And so I could actually see where it was going. And within seconds, we were in Europe. We went through Greece, we went through Italy, and did a complete, 360 right around the globe. And I got to be honest. I mean, I know I talk to dead people, right, all the time, and I give validations, and there's a lot of, people may say a lot of, crazy things that happen because it's really crazy. However, I never imagined I would be part of that or experience that ball of energy just from 25 people in this particular class. It was phenomenal. And I have this diary book that I only put in significant things, and that was put in there because it's so significant. And I bring that up because what's going on with COVID, and with people being, afraid, with people being, losing jobs, and all these emotions going on, everybody is feeling that. So, that's the reason why, maybe more so if you're feeling like you're happy one second and then you're, cranky the next second, and your mood swings are going up and down, or you've just got a lot of anxiety. It's all because of the energy. And energy is everything, right? Energy, we're made up, everything is made up of energy. But so many people would never connect that because so many people just don't think about it or don't believe it. I mean, Elix and I walk every day, and pretty much every day. It started with COVID, and every time we walk, we pull over to the path and we go connect to put hands on our trees. And I know you probably have heard me say that, putting our hands and taking in the nature's energy. And when you go for a walk, how many times do you see that? Right? You don't.
You don't.
You don't see people doing that because people just and I'm sure a lot of people, it's not like they just don't believe it. It's just that they sort of don't formulate that in their heads that is like such pure energy that you can tune into and make you feel better. And if people got that and did more of that, and it could be a tree in your backyard on the side of your house, it doesn't matter. It's just connecting, because the trees are all connected. So when you do that, you connect to the forest, you connect to Mother Nature, you connect to deer, rabbits, like anything that's filled with energy, and it's all positive because that's all innocent.
Yeah, and the other thing that that comes to mind when you're talking about our nature walks is, connecting to energy, but also tuning in and paying attention. So like when we walk, we are constantly paying attention to our surroundings. That's how we found those incredible rocks,
Right.
That have been placed there to be found.
We should have brought them in.
We should have brought them.
Yeah.
We'll do that next week.
Yeah.
But the point is that I can assure you there were hundreds of people who went by those rocks and missed them because they weren't paying attention. And that's what life is about. You get signs.
Yeah, well, and specifically, someone wrote, painted these rocks, and we were walking, and I look to the left and see one that has all the chakra colors, and I'm like, that was for me. And I think I may have brought this up last week. And then no sooner do we keep walking, and Elix finds one with palm trees, like from Puerto Rico. So I posted that on social media because it was so wild how those rocks were applicable to the two of us. But it's just, Elix, you bring up a great point, because that's exactly how people miss signs.
Yeah.
Is that they're oblivious to it. They don't think about it because life goes on. We're thinking about other things. But if you stay present, that's how we both found those
Yep.
rocks, right? If you stay present, you get to see these signs. And that's one thing that is very common when I do readings, is that people say to me, how come I don't get signs? And Spirit will say to me the complete opposite. I send signs constantly, every single day, and people just are not getting them because they're walking by them, they're oblivious to them, and
Or sometimes they just dismiss them.
yeah,
Your brain is designed to, to say, nah, that can't be a real
Exactly.
sign. And you want to say, thank you. Like we found another rock the other
Yeah,
day
Elix
that
did.
it's we just been talking about a conversation about perseverance in life, and guess what? We found a rock that says perseverance.
I love that. And what I just realized now that we're streaming, when we weren't streaming, I do all these hand motions like, Elix, we got to take a break. And so now people can see my hand motions.
Yeah, so if I get discombobulated, it's Steven trying to cut me off because, this is his show after all.
or I could just knock you off the chair.
You could do that too.
Yeah, exactly. No, would I do that? Of course not. All right, so 508-222-1320, and we'll be right back, and I'll take calls. And welcome back to Through the Static. So let me go to the phones. Hello, my first caller. Who's this?
Hi, it's Andrea.
Hey, Andrea, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, and thank you for being my first caller. So, Andrea, soon as I heard your name, or your voice rather, there's a grandmother that came barreling through. So there's a grandmother who is just has not shut up about complimenting you. So you must have lost a grandmother, right?
Yes.
Is this Mom's mom?
I've lost both grandmothers.
Okay.
My father's mother and my mother's mother.
Okay, so Mom's mom is the one that just came barreling in, and she just wants to give you a validation. Andrea, she keeps showing me keys. I don't know why. She picked up a set of keys, and I can see her. Oh, she's actually in front of you. Actually, both of the grandmothers are now, but one of the grandmothers keeps picking up a set of keys. I've never seen Spirit do this, and sort of like jingling it in front of me.
That's interesting.
Is there something like, was there something with the grandparents' car maybe that someone took, or someone getting a new car? Did someone just get the car back from I don't know what this is, but it's car keys. It feels like car keys. Oh, wait a minute, or it could be house keys also. It is. Why are they talking about house keys or apartment keys? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Your grandmother said, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Okay.
Your mom is still here?
No.
Wow. So just know, I was going to ask you if it's a mother-in-law or a mom. Your mom just stepped forward, and she actually, Andrea, this is really strange. She grabbed the keys from your grandmother and is holding keys. So let me ask you something quickly. Is there a connection to Florida with you, like family or something?
Yeah, both my sisters live in Florida.
Oh, there it is. I just said to your mother, what are the keys? Your daughter's not getting it. And she was like, Stephen, I'm saying the keys, Florida, Key West. Just say Florida. She'll know. So just know that it's just Mom in a one sort of swoop way is giving you a validation to your sisters too. So she just wants to make sure you know that. And who's David or Don or Donna? Danny? Who's the D connected here?
Well, I have a cousin named Danny.
But Danny's still here, living.
Right, and I have a cousin named Donna, which is Danny's sister.
Wow. So just a way. Is this on Mom's side?
No, on my dad's side.
So but is Dad crossed?
Yes.
Wow. So just know that also it's Dad stepping forward to let you know that both of them, Mom, Dad, grandparents, everybody's here. A big party for you, Andrea. But you're the reason why. Usually the reason why they will give me names of family members is just to let me know someone else is coming, because I started with your mom, and your dad doesn't want to be slighted, Andrea, because he's always. Is it your dad that's been gone a while?
About 11 years, I think. 11 years now.
Yeah, that's a long time for me in spirit world. Why does he say May? What's in May?
My birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, he's saying. So even though he's a little late, Andrea, he just wants to say happy birthday and said, you got to talk about May. Your dad, I know because your father just said to me how much he misses us and how many times it's, I wish they were here. I mean, just like so many of us that have lost parents. But your father's really, wait a minute, is it just the 3 girls? Why did your father say 3?
Yeah, there's 3 girls.
Yeah, he just said there's 3 of them. There's 3 of them. I said, all right. Your dad just said to me, Andrea, that that's my Andrea though. That's my Andrea. He just wants to let you know that how he's always with you. And there is, oh my God, I don't know what this is. Did you grow up, or did someone have like a bunny or a hamster or a gerbil?
No.
What is, or well, if it's a dog, it's small. Does someone have a small dog?
We didn't have a small dog, no.
No, no, but
I
just
took care of my father's dog after he passed away. I had her, but she was a black lab.
no. This is your father's showing me, and I don't know if this is current, Andrea, like someone has it now, but there's something that's really tiny, and it's like a baby or it's small, and I've got it in my hands. Like your father is hugging it, it's holding it. So, were you going to say something?
I don't know. That's weird.
So, you know what it feels like? It feels like a small bunny. Did anyone ever find bunnies? Like, like in the woods or in the yard? Like wild wild rabbits, that is.
I saw a bunny out in my yard yesterday.
I know that sounds very strange, but all of these validations are just to let you know that when, you see, even though your father said, Andrea, nice try, but that's not what I'm talking about. Your father's funny. He's very funny. But no, that's not what he's talking about. It feels like someone is holding a gerbil or a bunny or you know what it makes me feel like, Andrea? It makes me feel like, oh, please, I want this. I want to take him home. But sort of you can't. So just make sure you keep it with you. It also could be, Andrea, when you were girls, like when you were baby, like young kids, that your father's bringing up. And who's Jim or George or John?
George would be my grandfather, and
Wow.
my Georgette's my my aunt.
Wow. So
John is my father-in-law who just passed in May.
Oh my God! So there's the May also to let you know that your father-in-law is stepping forward. So wow, Andrea, when I said everybody stepping forward for you, they sure are. It's just all around you, letting you know. Somebody. There's cards too, cards. There's cards going on the table. I don't know if these are playing.
Oh, that might be Etta and Tony.
And who are they?
My father's best friend was Tony.
Wow.
We used to play cards at the beach house.
Oh wow! So know that they're still playing cards because there's cards just being slapped down on the table and but for hours, Andrea. Like there's a lot of card playing here. So just
They used to do that a lot.
yeah, I mean that's that's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. And I don't know what this is, but your father's making me look at the studio, and there's a name. Andrea, does somebody have like a necklace with someone's name on it, or someone did something with a name? Sometimes people do tattoos with initials or names, or sometimes do you have like an Andrea necklace that says Andrea? There's a name on something, your father just said.
I don't know.
Well, is there a Michael?
Mike is the only Michael I know is my brother-in-law who's still here.
Right. So it was a double validation because the word I looked at was, turned into Mike. So it's just a way that they're giving a validation to, and they validate people that just like your sisters that are here all the time. But somebody's got, it looks like cursive, like it feels to me like it's a pendant, and it's a name or initials. There's something on a chain, a keychain. I don't know what this is, but your father just said to me, my Andrea knows. So, do you have kids?
I do. I have one son.
There is nothing with a name of him. Like he didn't.
Oh, yeah. There's a bracelet with his name on it.
I knew it. I knew we were going to get there, Andrea.
His birth name on it, though, not his current name. It came from his birth mother.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. So then what is it? What did you say it was? A necklace?
My son's birth mother gave him a bracelet with his name engraved on it.
Wow. So it's a great way to let you know that they're all watching. They're all protecting, making sure your son's good. But want to say something. Your dad specifically. Your mother is giving your father the evil eye, like, I haven't said anything and you haven't shut up. And your father is like, really wants to chat with you. Everyone's here and loving you. But your father wanted to bring that up just to let you know that he's watching your son. He's with your son. And what's the horses? Why are there... Did he go horseback riding? I mean, I know that's a common thing, or did someone like horses? There's horses.
My father used to take me to the pony rides at Roger Williams Park when I was a kid. I don't know if that has something to do with it.
Of course it does. And, Spirit doesn't have any essence of time. So, they bring things up, especially, Andrea, when they're heartfelt. And it's just your dad just giving you a big, big hug. There's like a line waiting to give you a big hug here. So they're all just standing in line, just waiting to do this. So, listen, thank you so much. I'm going to leave you with that. And lots of love, Andrea. Thank you for calling.
Okay, have a good day.
You too. Already, bye-bye. And we'll be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. So let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this?
Hi, this is Crystal.
Crystal, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well too, Crystal, and thank you for calling. So I'm switching, telling everybody in spirit, my guides, to take everyone that was with Andrea out one door and bring in Crystal's loved ones coming in and flying in. So Crystal,
right.
Exactly all right. So, so Andrea, the call before brought up her dog's. No, I was going to say her dog's dad. Her dad's dog. There's a big dog here, Crystal. It's the like a lab, or it's a good size, like retriever. Was that like your family dog? Does someone have one now? Like, how does the big dog connect to you?
I don't know. I would have to put some thought into that. I didn't have a dog really growing up.
And now, okay, so let me see here. Where do the two kids come in? Two.
I have two daughters.
Oh, well, that's where they come in. It's just so. Oh my God, where is this dog? It's a big dog. So maybe if it wasn't yours growing up, maybe it was like an aunt's or all I can. It feels like a shepherd. That's what it feels like. It feels like like that size dog, and just wanting to give validation. Because as I tune into you, Crystal, it just keeps going back and forth, like behind you, in front of you, and it doesn't necessarily mean. Even though I sort of thought it was maybe yours, it could be your parents. I mean, your mom or dad never mentioned anything about like when they were kids having a big dog.
No, I'll have to think on that one.
Okay,
I'm
so
sure
just
it might connect. I'll have to think.
all right. So make sure you do. So there's a very strong. Wow, I was gonna say a dad, and maybe this is, but this is a. Is your father still here or crossed?
He crossed.
Did he cross younger? And when I say younger, like no longer than like maybe 60s, age-wise?
Oh, yes. He actually passed away in his 20s.
Wow, that's him then. Because when Spirit steps forward, Crystal, and tells me that they're a young male, it just means it's someone who they left way before we would anticipate. And I always even go up to the 60s because no one expects someone to die in their 60s. But so your father is letting you know that I know it's obviously been a long time that he's here, always with you and with the girls. And your father just keeps saying to me, this is like the father show, because your father's kind of like blocked everybody and says how proud he is. So now he keeps giving me two validations for the same thing I'm saying. So let me start with the first part. Where does the C or K name come in? Like Kevin or Chris or Christian, or there's a C or K name, Kathy, connected to you?
My mother's name is Kathy.
Wow. But mom is here or crossed?
She passed away.
Wow. So mom is also letting you know that she's stepping forward. So, Crystal, the reason why generally I can feel if they're crossed or here, the reason why with both your mom and dad, I asked, are they here or are they crossed, is that there's too many people for me to figure out. There's just everybody is around you, because they just said to me, but let me finish my thought. So your mom then also said, where's the cancer come in?
With her.
Yeah, so just know, I always ask names and how you died in spirit. So just know it's a way that your mom's saying, Crystal, it's really me, stepping forward. But they're all rallying around you, and not for any particular reason except that your mom just said, my daughter's been feeling just lonely, just feeling lonely, almost making me feel like, we all go through these sort of phases, and sometimes, we get into these phases that we're really missing mom, dad, and family members, and your mother just said that Crystal is, because Crystal is feeling us more so. It feels like there's something this month too, Crystal. What's this month? Is it an anniversary, a birthday? There's something in August.
My birthday was Friday, and my daughter's birthday is the 27th, and my mother's birthday was the 25th.
I love that. I love all the validations that your mom just wants to give. And she said, never forget about me. She just wants to say happy birthday to her daughter and one of her granddaughters this month. I knew there was something big because she kept saying August. Crystal, does somebody draw or paint?
My other daughter, Cassidy. Yes, sir.
Oh, so there's the other C or K. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. So because she doesn't, she validates one daughter in August, and she wants to validate the other daughter too, to let you know that she's with. Oh, she just said her granddaughters are beautiful. Your mother keeps saying, my granddaughters, Stephen, you should see them. They're beautiful. They are beautiful. She just keeps going on and on about it. There's also, Crystal, traveling. I mean, I know in COVID it's kind of difficult, but is one of your daughters, or who's like away from you? So somebody is somebody thinking or moved or planning on moving at some point? Your mother just said somebody, but it's not in the same state. It's somewhere else. So just make sure you keep Mary. Who's Mary or Mike, or who's the M?
Wow, Mary is my grandmother, her mother.
Wow, so grandma's here. So
Yeah.
she just wants to make sure
Wow.
you know she's here. There's somebody that moved away. I don't know if like a snowbird years ago went to Florida, but there's something that your mom just keeps talking about moving. And just make sure Crystal, that you always remember that all your loved ones, especially your mom and dad, are with you all the time. And your dad also just said to me, just please tell my daughter how impressed and proud he is of you.
Oh, that feels so nice. You know, I was wondering because my mother passed away unexpectedly on May 2nd of this year, and we had just, like, a day before found out that my oldest daughter is having a baby, and we often wonder if, because we know my mom would be so very proud and excited.
Oh, there's not even a question. And you know, if you go back and listen to this recording and hear how their message was that to make sure you always know they're here, they know what's going on. That's what this is all about, Crystal, is just letting you know that they do know about the baby but every milestone and everything that's happening and going on. So you're definitely in good hands.
That's a wonderful feeling. Thank you so
Oh,
very
listen,
much.
Crystal, thank you for calling and lots of love.
Yes, bless you again. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this?
Hi, my name's Kylie.
Kylie, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Kylie, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good too, Kylie. Let's check in to see what's going on with Kylie. I don't know what this is, like an animal show. So Kylie, there's a little dog, there's a little dog here in spirit. So I don't know if you grew up like when, with a little dog or who this little dog is, but there's it could be a cat. It's very little. Did you grow up, like, did you have at some point a little dog or a little cat?
My aunt, who I was at her house every day, had a Pomeranian, but the shepherd you were talking about in the last video, that was my grandmother. I was on hold.
Wait a minute. Oh, my God, that's so wild, Kylie. So your grandmother had a shepherd?
Yes, that I loved.
Oh, I love it. So I love, tell your grandmother to like stand in line. That wasn't her reading yet. She's pushy, Kylie.
I know.
I love that. I love the fact that your grandmother actually tuned in, and that's why I said it feels like a shepherd. It's just, wow, how it's so cool to let you know that your grandmother was already like, oh, my granddaughter's coming, so I'm going to be here. I love it. I love it. So especially when you just said you also love the dog too. So and just know, but Kylie, the Pomeranian also is crossed, right?
Yes.
Yeah, wow. So just know that, your grandmother, the shepherd, the Pomeranian, all of them are letting you know and stepping forward. There's a very sweetness about you, and I know this sounds a little weird that the dogs are telling me this, but that there's a very sweetness, and I don't get this a lot. It just means that you have sort of like an infinity for animals. Like animals know you're like, they feel safe with you. So even if it's not your dog or it's not your cat, or maybe if there's a cat that someone will say, that they're very skittish, and all of a sudden it comes out to you and people will like, this is weird. I don't know if you realize that, but you get that?
I'm a vegetarian, actually.
Oh my God. Kylie, I love this. Oh my God, I love this. You just gave me chills through my entire body when you just said that. No wonder why. Oh my God, if you're not following your path and your passion, I cannot stop the goose pimples in my legs right now. It's wow. You did something so great to me, like so emotional. It's because all these animals that you have helped, and what I love is that the animals that you're helping currently, the animals that are connected to them, like say you're taking care of someone's dog, and even if in that particular family they had another dog that crossed that you never even took care of, you're connecting with that dog. It's crazy. I mean, I know that you have to be passionate to do what you're doing, but do you ever feel like it's more than that? Like, do you ever feel, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but do you ever feel like these animals are sort of like communicating or thanking you? Because that's what they keep telling me.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I said vegetarian, not veterinarian. I'm a nurse.
Oh my God.
Similar line, but animal.
So Kylie, you let me go forever, but it doesn't It does not matter about a vegetarian. Well, oh my God, I love the vegetarian though that you're not eating animals. I love that. Well, me too. Even though I eat fish and I bow my head because that's not good. However, Kylie, back to you. Putting aside me screwing up and thinking I heard veterinarian, please tell me, do you get the connection with animals?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm telling you, it's overwhelming, these animals and how they step forward and just connect with you. And the next time, Kylie, you're around an animal, take a second to sort of clear your mind and look at the dog, the cat, whichever it is. And I guarantee you're going to see some very interesting looks because they can communicate with you. It's pretty wild. And it is, out of all the gifts that we have in spirit world, mediums, psychics, the connection with animals, Spirit tells me, is the most uncommon. So the fact that you've got that is pretty brilliant, and I'm not surprised.
I can resonate with that.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised you're a vegetarian because that's your makeup, right? That's part of who you are, and not wanting to hurt animals and connect with animals, which is pretty wild. But Graham, your grandmother that had the shepherd, her husband, your grandfather, is crossed also, correct?
No, her first husband. My grandfather's still alive, but her first husband is passed.
Yeah, well, so I knew there was one. There was a
Yep.
Well, that's still your grandfather, right?
No. It was before my grandfather, the marriage before.
Oh, I get it. Well, oh my God, you're gonna have to take it up with him because he just said, "Show the hell he is a grandfather." He may not be biologically, but he definitely watches over you and just wants to let you know that he's around all the time. And I know I brought this up in the last reading, but there's something with rabbits connected to you too.
Oh.
There's something with rabbits, bunnies. Someone had them. The connection with, I don't know what this is, but just make sure you keep that with you too, Kylie. And listen, thank you for calling because I got to take a break.
Thanks.
Listen, you have a great day, okay? I think she's gone, so we'll be right back.
You got time for two?
And welcome back to Through the Static. Now I've got two people. I've bad enough I got a producer who tells me like when this breaks, what I need to do. Now I've got a Puerto Rican telling me, giving me these hand signals. And by the way, somebody just texted me to tell me that the bunnies or rabbits were heard. That's what I love. And that was to Deborah. So Deborah, thank you for that. And that's what happens when people are listening. It's just you don't have to be talking to me to actually hear, or get these messages. So let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Hello, this is Dorothy.
Hi, Dorothy. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And yourself?
I'm doing very well, and thank you for calling, Dorothy. So, Dorothy, there's there's a mom and a dad presence or energy stepping forward. Your mom is crossed?
Both.
Okay,
Both
so your mother just said to me that what's really close, like a celebration, like a birthday or anniversary. There's something your mother just said. Please tell her. Bring it up. There's something very. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dorothy.
No, their anniversary is in August.
Oh wow! So I love how they both come through and then they give a validation about their anniversary. Dorothy, who's Bob or Bill or Barbara?
I have a brother, Bob, that's passed.
Oh, my God, Dorothy. So your brother, Bob, is stepping forward to let you know that he's here. So now let me ask you something. Has your brother been gone for like over years?
No, recently, just actually 2.5.
2.5 years. There's somebody that's making me feel, maybe it's your dad then, it's a guy that makes me feel like they've been gone for a while. Maybe it is your father, I'm not sure. But just know that your brother, it was very adamant to let you know that he's here. But he just said the sister, though. You have a sister?
Yes.
But is your sister here or crossed?
I have one sister here and two that are crossed.
Wow. So because I just heard him say sister, sister, sister. So just know that it's not just your sister don't want to be slighted. They want to make sure you know that they're all sort of waving and just giving you a big hug and kiss with the family. And I love your mother, Dorothy, because your mother just said to me, not for a while, but it's going to be a big reunion when you eventually get there. And they're very, very excited, but your mother was very specific to say, I just want to make sure Dorothy knows it's not for a while. So, and you said you have a sister here too.
Correct.
Dorothy, where does the heart issue come in? There's a heart issue, but it makes me feel like it's somebody here like someone living connected to you.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
It feels like it is like the heartbeat jumps or an arrhythmia, or it almost makes me feel like, Dorothy, like someone maybe had it when they were young and it was just something that never would become anything, but it was something that someone knew about. So whatever.
I do have a daughter-in-law that I just remembered that has a heart condition.
Wow. So again, it's your family just letting you know that they're watching over you. And there's also a cat. There's a cat here. Someone had a cat because there's a cat walking across the studio table. Did you have cats?
I had a cat, yes.
I love it. I love that you said I had a cat, and there's just one cat that's just walking across the table, just to let you know that he or she is here and always, well, actually has never gone anywhere. Is just with you. So, and there's also a fence. Did your mother and father keep talking about? Did someone build something, or I don't know what they're talking. Your mother and father keep talking about like the board, like the property line of somewhere. So usually, Dorothy, when I see that,
that is strange because I live a stone's throw from where I grew up.
Wow.
And I live in elderly housing, and there is a fence between us and the property where I grew up.
Oh my God, that is so wild, Dorothy. Wow. Know that your mom and dad are bringing that up with the fence and the separation just to let you know that they are with you always. So just, I just heard your mother and father say she's never alone. She's never alone. So just make sure, and your mother just said, make sure Dorothy talks to us. They hear you. I don't know if you pray to them, but your mother just says, I hear my daughter, but they want to make sure, even if it's just good morning, because they love hearing your voice and that you're directing it towards them. So I'm going to leave you with that, Dorothy. Thank you so much for calling.
Well, thank you very much for the information.
Oh, lots of love. You have a great day.
Appreciate it. All right, thanks.
Bye-bye. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this?
This is Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Stephen?
I'm good, too. So let's tune in here, Tracy. And what's going on? Well, there's a lot going on, Tracy, here. There's a very, very strong male, like father figure. So is Dad crossed?
Yeah, my real dad is passed away, yes.
I didn't think I was going to the grandfather level. I just felt like I was going. There's a lot of smoking going on here. Who smokes or who smoked? I smell cigarette smoke everywhere.
My grandmother smoked. Both of my grandfathers have passed away as well.
Okay, where does the rose come in?
The rose.
There's your father just, or your grandmother's, I don't know who this is, just yelled to me, Rose. So when I get Rose, the first thing I think of or ask people is like, is there a Rose name connected to you, like first name, middle name, or either living or crossed?
No, there's nobody with the name, but my mother absolutely loved the song "The Rose."
So your mom is crossed?
Yes.
And did you say she loved what? She loved roses? Is that what you said?
Yeah, she loved the song "The Rose."
Oh my God! Wow, I love the fact that you caught that so quickly, and it's a way that your mom is letting you know that she's here, stepping forward and giving you that such a very specific validation. I got to tell you something though, Tracy. When your father stepped forward, he made me feel like he had a lot to say, and that he also made me feel like. And I don't know if this is coming from him or he's talking about somebody connected. Obviously, it's connected to you, but it made me feel like sort of. And I don't know if I want to say an apology, but he made me feel like wishing that things were different.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because and I went over it because everyone else in your crazy family that love you are like me, like your grandmother, your mom, but your father pulled me back and said he needed to start first because he really needed to talk about how he was feeling and the choices that he made. But I got to tell you something, Tracy. I know I didn't live your life, but I got to tell you, sincerely, wholeheartedly, at least where he's coming from now in spirit, he keeps apologizing and saying he's sorry. It almost makes me feel like saying I'm sorry for not being the father that I should have been, and he just is very adamant about saying how he screwed up, and he, the ironic thing is he's got a very good soul. It just feels like he made a lot of bad decisions, if that makes sense.
Yes, it makes a lot of sense.
And just is, whether you like hearing this or whether you don't, I got to tell you that your dad is one of your biggest guardian angels. And even, again, I don't know your life history with him, even if it doesn't it's not something that you want to hear. All I can tell you is that.
I do. It's good.
What was that?
I said, yes, that's good. I like hearing that.
Well, Tracy, I love saying it because your dad is pretty much making up what he feels making up for what he didn't do here now, and protecting you and just loving you and doing everything he can to make you have a better life, and just sort of reinstating sort of you're good enough and how proud he is of you. And are you a mom?
I am.
I asked that because he just said to me, Stephen, I'm so proud of her as a mother, and she definitely raised the bar in all aspects of, like, he's just very, very impressed with you, Tracy. And this was, I love your mom and grandmother and everybody else in spirit because they all pushed aside. And when I see that, all collectively at the same time, it just means that whether you know it or not, you really needed to hear this message from your dad.
Yes, that's correct.
I love that. So listen, I'm going to leave you with that. And Tracy, thank you so much for calling.
Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you too. So lots of love.
Thank you.
So we're over. We're done. I want to sing the end of the Lawrence Welk show. Good night. Sleep tight.
Okay. Moving along.
I do, because I get very sad when this is over. I can't keep going on. And I've had, as always, spectacular people calling, and I get to do this. So especially this last call with Tracy, because if you're still listening, your dad was standing next to me, and the expression in his face and the emotions and the tears, it was a feeling that I got that if he had the power, he would redo this. He would just absolutely redo this to let you know what a precious gift you were to him. I could feel his emotions, and I actually, Tracy, if you're listening, I had to pull myself out of his emotions because I would start getting very emotional and start crying, which is I watch Bambi and
something
I start crying.
You do often.
I do. And that's part of this. It's part of talking to dead people, being very, very sensitive, and and again, it feels, I tell people all the time when I do these readings, it's like I'm in a family reunion. I get to participate in all these messages and feel like I'm part of the family, which I love. So we have to end. We have to say bye-bye. You can go to my website, Stephen the Medium, to make an appointment. We'll be back next Wednesday. My website is brand new with Miss Lindsay Darling, who is spectacular, who redid the whole thing. And we're working on clips of my readings, so you get to see what a reading with me is like if you've never done that. But you can always check me out on Facebook Live too. And we've got Coach Helix, which his show starting when?
August 21st.
Yay!
Another week, Friday at 1 p.m. We'll have this crew, but this time I'll be leading the show. Just saying.
So he thinks. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm very
Mark,
excited.
You're in charge.
I'm very excited about it. So listen, everybody have a great, great week. And until next Wednesday, lots of love.